Ciao guys! Do you hear me? Both the game, the sound of my voice, just everything as usual? Any glitch, bug for now? Of course there are some bugs. Otherwise it isn't a streaming of mine. So I hope you hear me this time. And I really hope there won't be any sound issues like the last time. Really, I think I fixed it. Sì, Alessio, menzioni. Sì, sì, è stato per me veramente un onore intervistare Heidi Anderson, la doppiatrice di Jill in Resident Evil Rebirth, il remake di Resident Evil 1. E, sì, sì, perché faccio parte del gruppo Crimson Head, di cui ne sono veramente orgogliosa. Per me è un onore far parte di un gruppo del genere così attivo nella community di Resident Evil, di Silent Hill e del survival horror in generale, quindi puoi immaginare quanto, quanto io sia andata fuori di testa quando c'è stata la possibilità per me di intervenire su uno streaming, sì, su uno streaming podcast riguardante Andy Anderson. Quindi puoi immaginare la mia fangirlaggine dove sia arrivata. So, guys, I'm glad that you're here. And yeah, we're gonna to continue Parasite Eve gameplay. We're in the last part about exploration. Because after this museum part, there will be the very last chapter. There will be just final bosses. So that's the part which is focused on exploration and so on. Okay guys, just give me 1 minute and we can begin. Alright, sorry for my voice that may sound a little weird, but I've just recovered from a cold, so sorry for, for also this little issue. Okay, everything seems fine, so we can start. Unfortunately, on disc 2, there isn't the fantastic intro. So we can watch it. Alright. So I cleared out of my streaming the optional level of the warehouse, which you get some extra experience, and the rocket launcher. But I really wanted to avoid use some pretty annoying and boring stuff because there isn't any narrative interaction in that level. So don't worry, you didn't miss anything about the narrative. Just me that I'm a pretty suck in every PG gameplay, so it's everything fine. And now we need to explore the museum because the previous streaming we did really little. So now we can make the huge part of the museum, and as I told you before, the last exploration part. Okay. If there's some uses for both audio and video, just tell me. Alright, right here there's a hidden room. You need to go right here. The fixed camera angles maybe can't help you for that, but it's right about exploration that you need to discover some hiding rooms, and that's the one. Alright. Oh, there's a quest. A question. Il nome dell'organello che è comparso del primo organismo è di mitocondria, of course. Alright. Alright, yeah. Thank you for this ammo. And here we are in Dino Crisis. No, I'm lying. But of course, we're in the Natural Museum. So there are dinosaurs as enemies. Okay, what we have here? Oh yeah, just tell me if the music of the game is a little louder or my voice is. So just tell me, you know that my streaming quality sucks. Sì, appunto, Dino Crisis con crossover con Parasite Eve, io amerei una cosa del genere. A crossover with Dino Crisis and Parasite Eve would be a heaven to me. Alright, then we can use the medicine level 2. Ok. Grazie Ale per il feedback. And yeah, about the useless remake that we're having these times, and about of useless remake, I've just finished to play Dead Space remake. That it's a very great game. Don't misunderstand me. It's great. I got the platinum of the first Dead Space from PlayStation 3, so I know. I quite know well the game, and I really appreciated the remake, but I really can't get why we need a remake of a PlayStation 3 game. To me, the space is perfect exactly the way it is, so why do you need a remake? Just do a 4th chapter? And that's my opinion. The remake that we really need are from PlayStation or Super Nintendo or 3DO, this kind of console from the 4th or the 5th generation of console. And I really need a Parasite Eve remake with all my heart, really. Ok, what we have here? Ovviamente qualcuno non vuole che io passi attraverso quest'area. Aya comments just got me. Sì, infatti io il remake del primo Dead Space mi è proprio piaciuto molto, ma proprio perché io conosco bene il gioco originale e proprio per il suo hardware, per le sue caratteristiche, dico perché farne un remake? È già perfetto così com'è, cioè fate allora un 4º capitolo. Proprio ho avuto questa sensazione nel giocarlo e finirlo, perché tutti i livelli che ci sono aggiuntivi le avrei preferite in un seguito piuttosto che in un remake, perché diversamente da Resident Evil, per esempio il Rebirth, il primo capitolo, dove ovviamente il passo tra PlayStation 1 e GameCube è molto molto sentito, quello tra PlayStation 3 e PS5 andrò conto corrente, gente, ma per me non c'è veramente. Tranne ovviamente a livello grafico, FPS, tutta quella roba, non lo metto in dubbio. Però non la sento un'evoluzione, ecco, per me i giochi si sono un po' fermati dalla PlayStation 3, non avverto più quell'upgrade da PS1, PS2, PS2, PS3. Ovviamente questo vale anche per Xbox, Xbox 360 e così via, ovviamente. About this question. Qual era la fonte di nutrimento del primo organismo che visse 3 milioni di anni fa? L'azoto dei vulcani? L'azoto dei vulcani? Vero? Ok. Meno male, grazie. Che adesso faccio sfogo della mia ignoranza. Sì, per quanto riguarda Dead Space mi piacerebbe proprio affrontare la questione, magari anche con uno streaming a parte dedicato un po' ai survival horror, di deriva più action, ma che comunque mantengono il gameplay survival horror come lo è assolutamente il primo Dead Space. Veramente, perché mi piacerebbe proprio parlarne, perché varie volte nel mio account ho parlato di Dead Space ed è un peccato, ecco, perché in realtà se devo parlare di tutti i survival horror che ho giocato e che amo vi annoierei veramente troppo. Però sì, assolutamente lo potremo fare, perché ovviamente ho giocato all'intera trilogia di Dead Space nei tempi PS3. At meantime, we've got the level up. Alright, that we really need to experience for beating Parasite Eve, because as I told you, this game is both a survival horror and an RPG. So the level of Aya is very important. Guarda Ale, non mi tentare, perché altrimenti io potrei parlare di survival horror per tipo 24 ore filate e dire ah, ma guarda che questa è soltanto la premessa. Quindi attenzione, non tentarmi. This weapon does a pretty good damage, but I hate the fact that it's only 2 shots. I tried to increase the number of shots for every shot, sorry, but I noticed that the damage get low, and so I prefer this way, that I get just 2 shots, but very powerful ones. Okay, let's get another medicines. Ah, comunque sì, post scriptum anche per me Resident Evil Rebirth sarà sempre il remake definitivo. Cioè, non si può fare di meglio dal mio punto di vista. Cioè, l'unico difetto che ha Resident Evil Rebirth è che non mostra la storia canonica come appunto fa l'originale. Quindi, cioè, ha pure lo stesso difetto dell'originale, cosa vuoi di più? And here we go again. These are pretty resistant. You're pretty tough, aren't you? Got it. Medicine level 4. That's useful. Then we're really going to get so many items, so alright, no, in this case it's better this one. Sì, infatti il passo generazionale tra la quinta e la sesta generazione di console è stato enorme. Io ero piccolissima perché sono nata nel 96, ma avendo un padre appassionato di videogiochi ho avuto questa console praticamente nel loro day one. Ho avuto sia la PlayStation 2 che il GameCube, proprio perché mio padre era appassionato di Resident Evil, quindi quando c'è stato il contratto esclusivo tra la Capcom e la Nintendo per la questione di Resident Evil, mio padre subito si è comprato il GameCube, anche se era un sonaro. Quindi sì, la sentivo tutta io la differenza tra il GameCube o la PlayStation 2 comunque e la PlayStation 1, sì, assolutamente. Anche perché Resident Evil 3 è sempre stato il mio videogioco preferito da quando ho memoria e notavo la differenza con Rebirth, quindi sì. E per quanto io sono consapevole che ormai le... Oh, I'm already full. Ah, no. I've already taken the object, sorry. Sometimes I'm really memoryless. I mitocondri hanno ATF all'interno della cellula. 2000 volt. 200.000 volevo dire. Non so manco più i numeri in italiano, figuriamoci in inglese. Ok. Tanto poi ne sbaglio una perché non è che mi ricordo tutte le risposte. Ok, we are already full. I'm pretty... No, that's... 23. Maybe this one we can put in this weapon. Okay. Oh, ciao! Thank you for being here. No, don't worry. You're not late. We've begun in about 15 minutes ago. And yeah, sorry for my very bad English. I'm doing live streaming also for improving my English speech, so really sorry for my speech in English. But since there's someone here who is Italian, like Alessio, then I talk also in my native language. Alright, we get a revival. That is a very, very useful parasite and the mitochondria power. Pre-rise. If you use it and then you died during the fight, then you can relive. Alright, we get everything here, but we need to cure Aya. Okay, and this one. Alright. And so what I'm talking with Alessio in Italian was about the differences about the fifth and the sixth generation of consoles of PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, and GameCube, PlayStation 2, this kind of topics. That there aren't too many differences now, especially comparing them with those time. And it's a very pity. Guarda Ale, io a volte nei streaming non so che cosa sto parlando, a volte italiano, a volte inglese, faccio guarda dei strafalcioni, ma pure nella mia lingua natia, quindi tranquillo, eh. Okay, so we keep to explore the museum. And just notice the splendid fixed camera angles. Just look at this one. This angulation of the balding Aya, that is so thin, so little, and for the left angle there's this scenario. It's wonderful. I just love the fixed camera angles for its cinematic screens. They are so wonderful, and to me it's the best way to feature the survivor horror. Because to me the first person or the camera over the shoulder just makes you focus more on action some kind of way, while with the fixed camera angles is like a movie, so the tension is more touchable, if we can say so. Esatto, Ale, esattamente quello che sto dicendo. Io annoio tutti con le camere fisse. Oh, you alone? Maybe Regina came and took out the others. Yeah, I love talking about crossover games. It's a normal sub, don't worry, because you know Spanish and Italian share so many words, verbs, so it's normal, don't worry. Amigo. Oh my, no, 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 no. I thought the emulator just said me goodbye. So sorry guys, I do a save of emergency because I'm really afraid to lose. Okay. If some troubles occurs, we have the save of emergency here. Prendendo i mitocondri che usano l'ossigeno come fonte nutritiva nel corpo e convivendo insieme ai connessi, i batteri hanno acquisito una tremenda quantità di energia. Qual è la conseguenza? Ah vabbè, questo è l'invecchiamento. Questo si sa. Yeah, sorry if I don't translate to you the question, but there are pretty complicated, so or more or less to me, of course, that I'm not so good in English, but you know, of course. So sorry about that. Yeah, also during the battles you can enjoy the view of fixed camera angles, the different homo here in the right, or the process of the evolution of the dinosaurs and other kind of living forms here on the floor, sorry. It's so amazing. I miss so much fixed camera angles, and I'm aware that they are pretty difficult to handle for new gamers. I'm aware of that. That's not my case because I grew up with this kind of game since I'm a gamer since I'm 4 years old, so from the first of 2000. But really, it's such a pity, a huge pity that horror games now are or first or over-the-shoulder camera. I miss so much this perspective. Yeah, Ghost Dragon. It's like you say that is about the huge companies of video games don't want to risk to make a fixed camera angle games because it's very difficult to handle. So they do without problems with the first over-the-shoulder camera. There's video games that maybe the olders of you maybe you know, and that's from just a second please. Okay, That's maybe the older stuff you know. That's from PlayStation 1. That calls Overblood. Overblood is a kind of survival horror that features in three kind of way: in the third person, in the first one, and in fixed camera angles. It's really great. That's what I really wished for modern games as well. But yeah, I'm aware that companies don't want to risk this kind of situation and then go for the better way that is the third or the camera over the shoulder or the first one. Eh sì, esatto, come anche Resident Evil 3.5. Ma veramente Ale, dovresti buttare un occhio sul gioco Overblood per PlayStation 1 che veramente ha tutte queste tre telecamere, sia quella della prima persona, terza e quella addirittura dietro alle spalle. Mi ha veramente sorpreso questa cosa. Quindi ti consiglio, se magari non l'hai sentito o non l'hai giocato, di farci un pensierino. Ok, now another dinosaurs. È un pterodattilo, so the name in English, sorry, I really don't know. Forse pterodactylus. Now I just got in my imagination. With my imagination. Yeah, Seb, I really miss fixed camera angles. Yeah. I'm glad that many indie companies tried to features on games with this perspective. Yeah, just look at this. This one from above. And this whole... It's amazing, really. That gives you some kind of horror perspective that a first person or a over the shoulder camera can't give you. Sì, Ale, vallo a cercare, veramente. In realtà Overblood è una sorta di reboot di un altro gioco che si chiama Dr. Hauser, che ha anche ispirato Silent Hill, il primo. Poi ripeto, ne avrei talmente tanto da parlare del survivor horror che annoierei tutti voi, veramente. Ma ripeto, riguardante Dr. Hauser con Overblood ho in mente già di farci uno streaming, quindi non mancherà, ecco. And yeah, I saw that mode about Resident Evil 2 remake with the fixed camera angles, and I really appreciated this kind of mode, but of course can't be handled in a good way because the game is focused, is programmed to be over the shoulder, so you can't aim the enemies in such a good way, of course. And that's the point of this whole question, in my opinion, of course, that when a game makes you the first or the camera over the shoulder perspective, just pushes you to focus on action, on which part is the best for uh, for getting lower the 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 life point of the enemies. So the hand, the chest, the arms, the legs, the hand, this all body part that you can perfectly aim with this perspective, and to me is really about the action, not about the horror. I really prefer to aim or only on head or in the chest, for example, and then in your aim all the rest, right for the fixed camera angles, a kind of that. Sorry if I don't explain this well, but I hope you understood somehow. Che adesso Ale, magari se hai leggermente voglia di sentire questo discorso che ho fatto orribilmente in inglese, è che la prima persona e la camera dietro le spalle ti fa focalizzare nel 999. So many Amos. I don't remember I reached this number of Amon ever in any Parasite Eve place of mine. Wow. Appunto quello che stavo appunto dicendo, che ti focalizza proprio, questi giochi ti fanno focalizzare su quale parte mirare del nemico, e per me questa cosa aumenta l'action e diminuisce l'horror. Ok, detta così. Oh no, why I got back? No, I'm alright. I was right. Sorry, guys. So I'm not Ryogebiki as I thought to be. If you watch a Ranma anime, you know what I mean. Yeah, I really I'd like to talk about this kind of features of survival horror genre with all of you guys, because since this is my favorite type of video games ever since I'm able to remember, I really wish to know your opinion as well, because of course to me that growing up with PlayStation, GameCube, PlayStation 2, this kind of consoles, of course I'm in love with the fixed camera angles, but of course you can have a different opinion of mine and maybe prefer the camera over the shoulder that Resident Evil 4 made the core of the new survival horror, and then just talking about it. Because I made this account also for that. Firstly, about my mad obsession of Resident Evil or Angel, and then also for survival horror in general. Another Amos. Well, thank you. Then Yeah, because everyone has an own story that is different from others, of course. And I really believe that the modern audience, so the new gamers. Oh no, I'm poisoned. Okay. And I think the new gamers really can't enjoy the fixed camera angles for the movement of the character, because it's very different, it's very hard to move the perspective of your character, because it's the point of view of your character, it isn't yours in almost all games. For example, the trilogy of Resident Evil, it isn't your point of view, but of Jill, Chris, Claire, Leon, etc. One game that makes a different system of camera angles is Resident Evil Outbreak. Resident Evil Outbreak, if you use the the D-pad, okay, the D-pad, you you move your character for its point of view, exactly like the trilogy of Resident Evil. While if you use the stick, then the point of view is yours. So you, the gamer. So the way you turn to left to right is different. I know, guys, it's a very pretty difficult topic to get, also for my bad English, but I hope you get what I mean. For example, in the first Parasite Eve, you can use only the stick, because it was new features of PlayStation 1, because the first PlayStation 1 at the beginning hadn't the stick, but only the D-pad. So Parasite Eve was one of the very few first games that allowed the gamers to use the stick. So in this way. And here in Parasite Eve, you move Aya in pretty in a point of view of the character, but also about your perspective. It is really complicated to explain, but I really don't know how to do. I'm grew up with this game, so I really don't think to make this action. I just my fingers do by themselves. Yeah, no, guys, I know that I'm annoy you, right? But this is the format. Let me bore you with about survivor horror, so it's alright. I hope. Sì, appunto, ha ricordato Resident Evil 0 questo scorpione. Fu così che in realtà quelli della Capcom di Resident Evil 0 hanno dato un occhio a Parasite Eve. No, non è vero. Almeno non credo, poi. Anche se Parasite Eve e Resident Evil hanno comunque dei creatori in comune, come per esempio Kenichi Wow, che è stato uno degli elementi principali dietro al primo Resident Evil ed è il direttore di Parasite Eve 2. E infatti non è un caso che Parasite Eve 2 è insieme a Resident Evil 3 e 1 il mio gioco preferito di sempre. Yeah, I'm talking about Kenichi Wow, that is the director of Parasite Eve 2, that was one of the leaders of the first Resident Evil. Alright, we have really too many items here. Okay. Where's okay, here. It's a pity that we almost finished to explore Parasite Eve because these are the last streaming about Parasite Eve 1. I think in about other 2 episodes we are gonna to clear it. But of course everything needs to finish. Also because I have already the game in mind to do the next serie about. Let me bore you about survival horror. But of course, I don't tell you for that which kind of game it is. I just tell you that you really, really don't expect it. You really can't expect it, the game, which the game is. We're on the 31 level. Good. I was afraid that I don't live up enough for beating the game, also because I don't want to waste too much time about the streaming for you, because my episodes are long, about 1 hour. But yeah, I think the level of Aya is pretty enough. Ah, vabbè, Ale, stai menzionando quando all'epoca si vedeva l'intelletto e la genialità artistica di chi faceva i videogiochi, sia la nebbia di Silent Hill o i caricamenti di Resident Evil, assolutamente. Cose che adesso non abbiamo più. E questo è il problema, perché adesso ormai la tecnologia è talmente avanzata che gli sviluppatori pensano solo di fare la grafica e sempre le stesse missioni, sempre le stesse cose da fare. I giochi paradossalmente durano di meno rispetto all'epoca, nel senso fai sempre la stessa cosa e si prolunga solo quell'attività nella maggior parte delle volte. Sì, sto continuando ad annoiarvi su questa cosa, ma attenzione, ripeto, sono comunque una giocatrice anche di adesso perché ho la PlayStation 5, quindi non è che sono solamente una cosiddetta retro gamer, perché ho la PlayStation 5, ce l'ho. Ma non ci gioco quasi mai, gioco di più alla mia PlayStation 1 e PlayStation 2 che ho ancora collegate con il TV a tubo catodico. So just I'm saying that despite I have the PlayStation 5, but I'm playing way more to my PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 that are both linked to my serie TV than on the PlayStation 5, really. And here we are with Eve impairment with the ultimate bore. That's such a awful image but also in a kind of way also tender, if we can say so. That's what a horror game needs to be. And I'm gonna to explain you about this kind of ultimate born that is different than the one of the novel. Of course, when there's the cutscene about it. And here there's another hidden room that here you need to go here. You look at Aya, okay? And then here in the right, and then go toward you. And then there's a hidden elevator. Yeah, this is the secret of the game. Grazie Ale, ma come si dice, sono consapevole di essere retrograda, ma è più forte di me. Penso veramente che i giochi della quinta e della sesta generazione siano letteralmente imbattibili nonostante tutte le loro limitazioni, perché sono paradossalmente le loro limitazioni che lo rendono praticamente unico come gioco, come per esempio appunto la nebbia di Silent Hill. Yeah, you do great about getting a PlayStation 3. Also because I think it'll be a very rare console in about a few years, because Sony can't manage to emulate these games already yet, sorry, and that's really a problem, because there are so many PlayStation 3 exclusive that can die with this hardware, that we can't play with PlayStation 4 or 5, but only through streaming. And playing with the streaming, it isn't preservation. So yeah, you really do great to get a PlayStation 3. Also because all the PlayStation 3, the fat, slim and super slim models are all retro-compatible with the PlayStation 1. So you can play with all the models of PlayStation 3 with with your PlayStation 1 games. While the first two models of PlayStation 3 FAT, the one of 40 and 60 gigabytes, if I'm correct, these are also retro compatible with PlayStation 2 games, but only the Japanese and the American ones, while the PAL can run just a few games of PlayStation 2, just the most famous, if we can say so, but are pretty expensive. I recommend you a slim or a super slim consoles. But yeah, you really do a good thing about getting a PlayStation 3. We are full, guys. And the arnese come in inglese? We can say tool, yeah, arnese is tool, that we need to use pretty soon. Because there's an armor, if I'm correct. This is the shotgun. Eh sì, infatti, tool. Mi è venuto in mente, chissà come, mi è venuto in mente, ma grazie veramente Ale nel dirmelo. Giubba, eccola qua. Questa è molto importante. Ora, evitando di fare un casino. No. Ah, ecco. Perché ogni volta l'emulatore deve farmi morire 50 volte? Then we need to customizing our armor. So this one, with this we take, capi, sarà rimosso, sarà mosso e sarà perso. Ok, and then we have a really good armor. Good. It also anti-poison, so really good stuff. Sì, davvero, io con l'emulatore ormai muoio, cioè davvero. Ma anche perché se io vi dicessi il computer che sto usando per fare questi streaming, mi dite, ma sei scema? Avete ragione anche voi. Okay, now we can save and I waste your time for other 15 minutes because I really want to explain this affair with Eve and her ultimate war. Alright, guys. We need to head to the clump office. And yeah, that's how Eve controls over the inanimated object and also about the person through the people who died in the park, if you remember about the previous episode, with this kind of flash of these poor people. Then we need to go to the clump office. Ah, guarda, questo computer che sto usando per l'emulazione è un Intel Celeron. Ho detto tutto. Sto usando questo invece di quell'altro che è un po' migliore, che è soltanto un Intel i5, nulla di che. Però almeno quello, per esempio, posso giocare tranquillamente con Resident Evil 3 Remake. Quindi... Ma no, uso questo perché sì, perché ho messo qua l'emulatore per PlayStation 1 e quindi mi faccio male da sola, lo so. Già. That's a weapon that its damage is about the lore of Aya and the Parasite Eve, and this kind of features I really enjoy them. And this kind of things I'm gonna to explain you in, in about some minutes because it's a part that is connected with the novel, and this game just is a right sequel of the novel that you really need to read or watch the movie or the novel or the manga about the Hideaki Sena's work for totally enjoy Parasite Eve. Grande Daniel! Daniel is the best. I really feel him as a counterpart of Barry for Aya. Really, Barry and Daniel are such great characters. Don't worry, Ghost Dragon is a topic that I really care as a gamer from PlayStation 1. So, absolutely, Gaga is has this kind of new promotion. So I heard it this right yesterday, and I really hope that GOG, after the trilogy of Resident Evil, um, managed to will manage it to bring us also Parasite Eve or Dino Crisis and so on, because we really need this masterpiece of art, because video games are art, and For every kind of art, there's some trash, like the books, movies, also paintings. There are some paintings that are really trash. And also about video games, there are some video games so awful, and others that makes you think, reflect about the life, the human being, and being, and so on. So yeah, the art in every kind of way must be persevered. So absolutely, I'm so glad for this act that GOG is doing, and let's hope for more and more titles. Also for some games like the one I mentioned before that inspired some kind Toyama Silent Hill creators, that is Dr. Hauser, a game exclusive for 3DO that was released only in Japan. I really wish this game also in at least in English traduction, the traduction in English, and porting for the new consoles, or also of course for PC. So don't worry, it's a topic that I really care. So now Dr. Clamp is mentioning the novel. So the reason behind the failure of Eve Kiyomi, that totally missed the point of the ultimate human being. As I told you in my previous Parasite Eve streamings, we have the mitochondria from mother side, because the mitochondria came from the female genes. But also the spermatozoa has some mitochondria traces. And right this kind of uh, genes made a conflict with the Eve's one, and then Kiyomi, the host of the original Eve, the one of the novel, so the original Parasite Eve media, which is the book of Hideaki Sena, totally failed to make the ultimate born, right, for this conflict between the female and the male mitochondria. So Eve, that reincarnated in Melissa, the main enemy of Parasite Eve, the video games this chapter we're playing, has a new plan that want to be fecunded with the sperm without mitochondria traces. And of course, for making this kind of sperm, you need an artificial mode, sorry, kind of manipulation of genetic that Dr. Clamp did. So Eve Melissa got pregnant with this special sperm, and then that's the point of the ultimate born of Parasite Eve, the video game, which is different than the novel, as I just told you. I hope you understand something, also with my bad English. And this is the spontaneous combustion that's in a theory. It may really be true if all mitochondria we have in our body, if they activate all together the volt, they really make a combustion. Of course, this is a kind of a sci-fi fact, but it's very connected with a true fact of scientific. And that's one of the topics that I really love about Parasite Eve. Sì, appunto Ale, ma sì, la trama di Parasite Eve è molto complicata perché, come dicevo prima nel mio orribilissimo inglese, è fortemente collegata con il romanzo, che se non si è letto, non si è visto un suo adattamento cinematografico o manga, è un casino da capire il gioco, capito? Perché è un diretto seguito. That's such a good line of Aya. The clamp, insane. Why didn't you kill me? And then first I'm a policewoman and it's my job, and then I'm a human being, and that's so impactful for, of course, all the mess that Clamp is doing, of course. Because that's the point also in Parasite Eve, the fact to be human. And Clamp's last words are, in fact, as I told you, the human beings are pathetic. I love Yoko Shimomura music. Wonderful. And a little trivia, if you come back here that is totally useless, then you see Clamp totally bird. These kind of details in a game really turn a great game into a masterpiece. Because it's pretty useless to show, because the player doesn't need to return here, but then there's a different model, and I love this. Una cotoletta. Ah, mi fai crepare. Sì, Hideaki Sena è un farmacista, quindi sa bene quello che stava scrivendo. Yeah, Hideaki Sena, the creator, the writer of Parasite Eve, is a pharmacist, so he knows well about all this topic of the Parasite Eve. Clamp cotoletta d'ora in poi è così. Fine. Alright guys, we cleared the part that I wanted to do in this episode of mine. So now we save. And yeah, I really think that the previous episode, I think 2 more, we're gonna to clear all Parasite Eve. Because there's 2 final bosses in this chapter, if I'm correct. No, 3, sorry. I don't remember exactly which ones, but I think 3 more bosses, and then there's the final chapter that, as I told you before, is totally focused to the final bosses that since Parasite Eve is both a survival horror and an RPG, again I'm telling this, there are so many different forms, one after another, without you can save between these battles. And it will be pretty difficult to me because, as you saw, I'm stuck with RPG. Really, it's a genre that I really don't like it. Aside for Kingdom Hearts or Nier series, because I love the narrative and the characters of these series, but I really don't enjoy RPG genre. I know, shame on me, but it's really a genre that it's not for my own. So the final 2 episodes of my streaming will be a pretty mess, but I'll do my best to not die and repeat all the battles, of course. And yeah, that was my fear at first about the level, because we're in the 31 level of Aya, and if I remember correctly, she unlocks the final and ultimate mitochondria power, that is Liberate, in the other 2 levels, on the 33, and that is a must for the final battles. So yeah, I really don't want to waste your time anymore. Guys, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed somehow this streaming about Parasite Eve, about talking survival horror in every kind of form. You know that I love speaking with you with this kind of topics, and I really want to do again and again, not only with Parasite Eve, but also with the next place of mine. And yeah, you really helped me for improve somehow my very bad English, because really, if it's not for you or for Crimson Head team, I don't speak English here in Italy, because here in Italy we really don't speak English aside for some kind of job. But I really like this language, and I want to get in better to talk with all of you. So again, really guys, grazie mille, and we're going to see you soon in the next streaming that I think is next week, and I'll do a poll like the previous one to choose which day is the best. To me, is always about Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday evenings, always in this kind of hour. You know, my streaming are pretty short, about 1 hour. So I hope it's a good thing for you too. Ma grazie Ale che notifica, questa cosa mi fa molto piacere, davvero. E grazie Seb, davvero, anche a te Ghost Dragon. Really guys, thank you so much for bearing me. And yeah, we're gonna to see you soon on my X profile. Really thank you for all your support there. And yeah, buona serata, anzi buonanotte. Yeah, good night. Ciao.